Oh, hello everyone. I just simply wanted to share that why I'm laughing and smiling all the time is because the Gakkai, this practice, just absolutely makes me absolutely joyful.
Perpetual challenge of adversity and not to be comfortable. That comfort is not my friend, it's an enemy. That to be a member is to continually try to challenge myself and look at what else I can do to change myself first and then to change my environment and to impact work, family, and my community.
It means that for me, that my first and foremost responsibility is to humanity. That Soka Gakkai is value creation society, so I am about creating value in society through the mystic law.
You know, I remember hearing Sensei's guidance about this practice being a compass for your life. And it's really like, you know, for navigating life, I feel so fortunate that no matter what happens in my life, there's always a means to bring out my courage and joy and move forward, whatever the situation. And without SGI, I couldn't do that because I wouldn't know how.
I think the meaning of an SGI member, or what it means to be an SGI member, is definitely somebody who really approaches each individual struggle with the thought of you know, how do I overcome this in order to you know, truly benefit others. It's very utilitarian. You know, for me, it's you know, I know that I have to do my human revolution for the sake of others. People's lives are depending on my process of human revolution. So people, to me, it's being an SGI member means, you know, you are a bodhisattva of the earth.
Everything. I really enjoy. I've been practicing now for several years, and it's just meant a lot for me in terms of moving forward in my life. I can say that I've been very fortunate in life in general, but I can't always say I've always been as appreciative. And so one of the great lessons I think I've learned from this practice is appreciation. And out of that appreciation, the growth of all the good things, not only that happen to me, but that I have to contribute to others and in the world. So I would say what this practice has meant for me primarily is a deeper understanding of gratitude.
That means so much. That means that I'm part of one of the greatest organizations in the world. It means that the SGI, I'm part of the SGI that have such an incredible mission in this time, which is propagating Nichiren Buddhism. And I'm part of that, so I'm so proud to be part of the SGI.
I really enjoyed his lectures every month on Living Buddhism. His lecture and explanation of the Daishonen's letter from 700 years earlier, and to read President Ikeda and feel his spirit. And when often he talks about him when he was in his 20s and 30s and 40s, and he was constructing the SGI, or the Soka Gakkai in Japan, for eventually for people like myself in America to practice. I really enjoy and just feel close to him during those times.
I try to understand his heart. I try to understand his drive to ever be a mentor to so many people. And I really try to emulate that in many different facets of my life. You know, as a professional, paramedic, and as a family man, you know, I really try to emulate that.
Ever growing is my relationship with Sensei. I mean, I'm still trying to figure it out, but I see him as somebody who, you know, what a great example of what is possible. And so I'm always looking to that example and trying to practice with him. So it's a never expanding, you know, one impression I get with him is that he's all embracing. He's always building bridges between people and from people to this practice and hope, you know.
The relationship with Sensei, for me, is that, you know, I have my own mission, and I must succeed my mentor within my own mission to prove the greatness not only of this practice, but of his teachings. So I think that we're doing it, so many members, you know, you come to any SGI meeting and you see President Ikeda's life, you see President Ikeda's life force just pulsating throughout the meeting. And I think there's so many members, all of the, you know, the members of the SGI are really carrying that torch as disciples, and really, you know, I see them, every single individual that I come encounter with are succeeding their mentor within their own mission, and it's really great.
Obviously, as many of us do, we read his words and his work, and it inspires us to be better versions of ourselves. But also, when we have the opportunity to watch him in videos and see how he answers questions and relates to people, you really get how he listens and what that means for me and my role in my life as a mentor to other people. It's really about listening, and being a mentor is really about being a disciple and being open to learning from those folks who are seeking to learn from you. That's what I've learned from observing Sensei.
I have it in my heart all the time. He's such a role model, right? I have said that he's like my father. I've been practicing for 27 years, and his behavior, I have been imitating them and really trying to embrace him as someone that I, you know, that I can really look up to.
But the greatest pleasure was when he came. Because at the time when I started practicing, it was just by myself in here. But at the time that, for the first time that he came, after all those years, I was able to attend myself and my 4 children and my wife together to that really grateful comfort that unforgettable. I was completely impressed by his voice. The impression that I felt completely, my whole body vibrating, you know, of course, I don't understand Japanese, but the vibration of his voice was so strong and so penetrating that I still kind of remember, you know, that moment at the Shrine Auditorium.
President Ikeda writes, "True champions not only rally others, but also put themselves in the heart of the struggle and fight harder than anyone." Thomas Paine wrote, quote, "It is not in numbers, but in unity that our great strength lies," unquote. When he made his solitary stand, both young and old alike followed. Together, they broke through what once prevailed as common sense and made the impossible possible. The courage and actions of men can create a solidarity that leads to a resounding victory